When you are sipping coffee at 30,000 feet, your focus is usually on the cabin. You rarely think about what is flying directly beneath the floorboards. Look at this massive, shadowy crate sitting on the tarmac at night. Inside is Kavan, a mature elephant being loaded onto a cargo plane. On any given day, aviation logistics networks transport multi-million-dollar racehorses, dangerous wildlife, and even vital medical shipments. Moving live creatures introduces a unique layer of volatility. At altitude, animals are highly sensitive to shifting temperatures and noise, and an unpredictable reaction in the hold can create immediate safety concerns for the entire aircraft. Then there is the global mail network. Millions of parcels and e-commerce packages move at high speed every single day. The sheer volume of these unverified, sealed shipments creates a significant security challenge that requires constant monitoring. Managing this level of complexity at 500 miles per hour and 30,000 feet means the margin for error is razor thin. This is why the international rules governing this space have to be ironclad. They are the only thing keeping these volatile elements from becoming a crisis. To neutralize the unpredictability of living cargo, the industry relies on the IATA Live Animals regulations. This framework demands that animal transport is highly engineered, completely removing improvisation from the process. This schematic shows a standardized live animal container. Rules dictate dimensional clearances and heavily reinforced walls to prevent injury and escape. Notice the airflow dynamics. Unblockable ventilation is mandatory, engineered to flush out trapped body heat and carbon dioxide before they reach toxic levels. The regulations also mandate strict no-fly lists. Airlines will outright refuse to transport aggressive wildlife or animals that are close to giving birth. Even sedated animals are strictly banned. Sedation heavily impairs a creature's ability to regulate its breathing and physical balance at high altitudes, turning a medical precaution into a fatal hazard. Keeping a multi-ton animal calm and stationary protects the aircraft's center of gravity. These welfare rules function as critical structural safeguards, preventing mid-air panics that could easily destabilize the entire flight. Up on the flight deck, pilots face a unique challenge. They have to manage a living, breathing cargo hold they cannot actually see. Their primary tool is a mandatory document known as the NOTOC, or Notification to Captain. This visual breakdown maps exactly what the NOTOC provides to the crew. It details the exact species on board, their location, and precise temperature limits. Pilots use this data mid-flight to manually adjust the airflow and temperature for specific zones, keeping the animals stable. If those environmental systems fail, the NOTOC provides the exact parameters the crew needs to coordinate an emergency diversion with air traffic control before the animals succumb to heat stress. By feeding precise, mandated data directly to the cockpit, the regulations eliminate dangerous blind spots for the flight crew. Look at the sheer density of these mail sacks and parcels being loaded into an early commercial airliner. Today, millions of similar packages drive the global e-commerce system. Airmail exists to move goods fast, but rushing millions of anonymous packages creates a vulnerability where prohibited or explosive items could enter the system if left unchecked. To counter this, international law requires every single letter and parcel to pass through a mandatory security screening layer before it ever reaches the tarmac. Ground teams deploy a web of overlapping detection methods. They use active X-ray scanning, explosive trace detection swabs, and highly trained canine units to inspect the cargo. This multi-layered screening ensures that the massive global demand for rapid delivery is never allowed to override the absolute security of the aircraft and passengers. Look at this vast, empty expanse inside a modern cargo hold. Every inch of this space must be governed by exact rules. The mandatory veterinary health certificates, the rigidly engineered animal containers, and chemical traces on screened mail form an invisible architecture of safety. If the logistics that move these specialized loads were to stop for even a week, the impact would ripple through global trade. Vital e-commerce deliveries would stall, medical samples would sit grounded, and the specialized agricultural trade that relies on rapid transport would face massive disruption. Keeping the network moving requires dozens of vastly different countries and local postal authorities to honor the exact same strict processing standards seamlessly across borders. safely flying tons of living animals and millions of packages over our heads every day, relies on more than just powerful engines. It is the result of strict, brilliantly engineered, and relentlessly enforced design.